Liberty, Freedom, Whiskey Podcast. Two guys unfiltered, unedited, extremely opinionated, drinking whiskey.
What could go wrong?
Be warned, they don't care about your feelings. Just freedom and liberty, and of course, whiskey.
Welcome.
I heard y'all were talking shit.
I was talking shit. How's your daddy doing, Kodak Black?
Kodak Black?
Island boy.
Don't be messing with my daddy, fool. You don't know nothing about my daddy? What the hell's the matter with you?
Your daddy sounds better than your rapping does. You must have got that. You must have got the rapping from your mama's
boy,
side.
Son. You don't know nothing about no island boy. Just trying to make it.
And you made it. Now everybody knows you suck.
Yeah, I made it to your podcast.
If everyone listening out there in the audio-only world, no, we did not lose our minds collectively. What is going on is if you go check out either YouTube video or the Facebook video, if you want to see it, Holster has a Snapchat filter on.
That makes me into an island boy.
Looks like one of the island boys. Fucking ridiculous. So that's what that is. And, of course, on the last episode, you know, I talked about, I pulled up a picture of with Kodak Black getting in trouble and pulled up the, whatever they want to call themselves, and put them next to them and said that, you know, they found their daddy. As a joke, of course. If you want to fact check me, I don't know. It's satire. It's a joke. But anyway, we are back. This is going to be Holster's last episode.
From my house.
From his house. You messed up my dramatic pause there.
Oh. Well, I didn't want you to, say it because I'm an island boy.
No.
Don't worry, he ain't coming back.
No. But, you know, he's a tax person, so tax season about to start, so when we do go live and stuff, he will be at his office doing it because he just loves y'all so much that he couldn't stay at work late just to do podcasting.
Yep. What? Joe.
Now he has Joe Biden sniffing him behind him now.
He's trying to attack me. Sniffing my hair and shit. Stop, Joe. All right, Joe will live there for the remainder because this is fucking hilarious.
He's going to leave Joe. Yeah, if y'all are on audio, please, you don't. I'd appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe to the pages, but you don't have to. Just go look at it because it's freaking just awesome.
Yeah, the video really does make it because the Iceman spends hours setting this shit up.
Yeah, I do. I do enjoy it though, but it does take me a long time. And y'all go watch it. Y'all might enjoy it. It can be pretty funny sometimes. But like I said, go like and subscribe, hit them bells, hit them whistles, so you know when we do go live or when we do put out new episodes. If you're on Apple, give us 5 stars, write us a review. I'll read it.
Yeah, you will.
I will read it in my very non-commentator type voice. See, I don't. Everybody says I have a real bad accent, especially country accent or whatever. I don't hear it. Everybody's like,
you do.
But see, I don't hear it. And most people out here where I live sound like me, so when they're talking, I don't hear it.
No, people out there by you are like, dang it, go whatever.
I have pulled people over, like from like up north and stuff, and I like speak to them, and they're like, huh? I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't come with subtitles. So, it is what it is. Maybe careful, you make me madder than a one-legged man in the ass-kicking contest.
Uh-huh. You like to see homos naked.
Melissa says, I will answer your emails back very quickly, too.
Yeah, he will. Especially if he thinks you're, well, it's not fair.
I thought I had screwed up, but obviously I didn't. But if I did screw up, I was apologizing for it. That's horrible. It's not a good one at all. It's not on there. Well, the people come to listen to us talk about these news stories here.
Well, they do, but at the same time, I've got a damn rant. I think the Iceman probably has one very similar. Um,
Well, get it out the way there.
yeah, I will. People know that we both career law enforcement officers, stuff like that. I can't stand it, and in most states, it is illegal to ride a bicycle against the grain. When you're riding a bicycle, you're supposed to go with the flow of traffic, not against the flow of traffic. That can cause you and several other people to get hurt, especially if you're a crackhead in the middle of the day just trying to pull out in front of my SUV.
Now, were they a crackhead or were they meth heads?
Dude, they were both. They were smoking and poking, and lucky I didn't have a big stick to hit them with.
That's what your wife said. She said she wished she had a big stick.
Fucking smart ass.
You put it out there.
And the Iceman would like to tell you not to stand in the middle of the road in the middle of the night.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about that one on the other one though.
Yeah,
But
beat you to it.
I'm not telling the story. But check it out. Sunday episode I'm gonna put out on audio. And if you want to hear that, I have quite a few stories for that one. But
Are we starting from the bottom with Paps?
no, it's gonna be the last one.
Okay.
The first one everybody's makes it hard. We don't have to read the whole thing. Y'all know what the hell is his name? Arbery.
The three white dudes that chased down the black man that was jogging and murdered him.
His name is Ahmaud Arbery. Yeah, Ahmaud Arbery.
Life sentence. They're done.
All three of them got convicted. They're the ones that, of course, the news likes to say that they chased him down because they thought he was a burglar and he was just jogging through the neighborhood. But
because God forbid,
believe he was
of any color dogs.
But I mean, I watched quite a bit of the case. I mean, I don't believe he was jogging in the neighborhood. I think he was. Pretty sure he was casing the joint, but they did chase him
and shot him with a 12
and,
gauge.
Well, in the video, I saw the video. In the video, he had an opportunity where he could have ran away from them, but he turned around and charged at the one guy who shot him. So, personally, why were they chasing him? Or they could have just followed him, called the cops, and waited for the cops to respond. I mean, you can't.
I don't know.
You're not law enforcement. They could have done something different. I mean, what were they going to do? Does this place have citizens arrest? I don't know. I don't believe in citizens arrest because it's just
quickest way to get your ass.
Yeah, or go press charges. Because you obviously, I mean, it being civilians, nothing against civilians, of course, but you don't do what we do. You're not, just because you watch Law and Order does not. Hey,
I watch Live PD. I'm almost a cop.
Does not make you a lawyer, or an ADA. But yes, they all three were convicted and got life sentences. I'm sure there'll be appeals and everything else on it. Should they get life? I mean, did they? Some of the video I saw, I don't know if it was.
I don't think all three of them should, but then again,
one of the guys that got life, he was actually like, he's the one that videotaped it. He didn't even shoot nobody.
The fuck?
Yeah, it was his video. He was the one filming it. Everything happening, and he got life. Well, what did he get life for? Being an assessor? I mean, he didn't do nothing. He was filming
it. He helped out the fucking prosecutor.
Yeah, but anyway, like I said, there's going to be appeals and everything else. Now, the trigger man, he should most likely get the most amount of time. But I guess if it was around Louisiana, it'd be like second-degree murder if he got life. But even with second degree, you have to go out with intent. So did they think they actually intended to kill him, or sounds like it's more of a manslaughter, which would be like maximum around 25 to 50. So there's going to be appeals in it. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Like I said, it's just an ongoing case, but they were convicted today of that. This next one here, you want to read over it? You don't have to read the whole thing. I don't know how long it is. Anyway, but Biden is saying that Republicans want to make people poorer so they can't buy the best car in the world.
Of course.
Well, he's it actually says Biden claims Republicans want to make people too poor to buy cars. Yeah. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life.
All right.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
So President Biden on Friday celebrated a jobs report that showed far fewer Americans were added to payrolls than expected last month. Then claimed Republicans concerned about high inflation simply want people to be too poor to afford cars. Well, price of cars have skyrocketed thanks to May. Joe Biden. Anyway, the president accused GOPers of spewing malarkey about the economy in remarks following the release of the December jobs report. Just passing the blame. I like doing it. Which showed the unemployment rate dropping to 3.9%, but also showed just 200,000 jobs were added to the economy. Fewer than the 210,000 added in November, and far below the predicted 422. I am not an economist. You're not even a real president. But I've been doing this a long time, Biden says. He's been doing it since before people rode horses to work.
I think he's been doing it before they had electricity.
That's probably about it. Here's the way to look at it. If the car prices are too high right now, there are two solutions. You increase the supply of cars by making more of them, or we reduce demand for cars by making Americans poorer. You want to keep going on that?
No, that's just the stupidest shit I ever heard.
It is. But
no,
then again,
Joe Biden's wanting to make cars so expensive people can't afford them. Because I just was curious, and I went and was looking. Jesus. Everybody listen to audio. He keeps changing his Senate filter on here and to a Joe Biden filter when he was reading all of that, like he was Joe Biden. But
I was looking for an AOC one, but
they don't have it. I tried to.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's wanting everybody to have to drive these EVs in so many years, and
you know that car that I just got and I drove up there? They just sent me an email that they're going to make it an all-electric version.
Oh, boy. But I'm saying, I went and looked up, used Teslas, and the cheapest one I found was like $35,000, $40,000 for used ones that are old.
Oh, you don't want the used.
No, I'm just saying.
Because that battery, man, battery costs as much as the fucking car.
I didn't want to buy one anyway. I was just curious. But,
I'm curious.
It's just they're expensive as hell. I'm not answering you because you have Joe Biden sniffing your head right now. But Kia Souls are going for 17 to 19. Yeah, it's just I don't know. Stuff that comes out of Joe Biden's mouth. It's like if you want to, it's like looking in a septic tank because that's what he's spewing is shit. It's just the stupidest shit I ever heard. He needs to get his handlers are just complete morons. 5 years ago they were $6,000 to $10,000. That's crazy, Michael. Oh, everything's so much more. That's why my car is a 2006 model. Everybody's like, "Why don't you get a new one?" I'm like, "Why? This one's paid for."
You do have a nice car,
and it's only got like 47,000 miles on it. Great if you're a hamster and have a good job. That's what Melissa Anderson said. I was late getting to work today. One of my hamsters died on the way in.
Yeah, slowed the car down.
This next story is out of Louisiana, which this one don't surprise me because Louisiana is a right-to-work state, and if you I don't know what that is, you have to look it up. It means basically your employer could just fire you for no reason whatsoever.
Because you funny looking.
Melissa says she needs to go to bed. Don't go to bed yet. Wait until the podcast is over. Anyway, this was from Channel 4, WWL. That is out of New Orleans, I believe. And 39 employees had filed a lawsuit against the hospitals in Louisiana, challenging the mandate and requesting an injunction. Out of New Orleans, Louisiana Supreme Court rejected a lawsuit today by 39 healthcare workers challenging the state's COVID-19 vaccine mandate. Chief Justice John L. Weimer, or however you say his name, ruled that Louisiana is an at-will employment. And those laws allow employers to terminate employees for failing to comply with the vaccine mandate or failing to, anything. It's just not about them. They can fire you for anything. Anyway, in August, the University Health of Shreveport, Oshner Louisiana Health System, and Shreveport LSU Health, St. Mary Medical Center were told that they would be required to be fully vaccinated by October 29th. If these employees were not vaccinated by that time, they could face disciplinary action, including mandatory use of leave time and termination. 39 employees filed lawsuits against the hospitals challenging the mandate and requested an injunction arguing that the vaccine mandate violated a constitutional right to privacy and the state's informed consent laws that allow adults to refuse medical or surgical treatment. The judge wrote that employees also do not have a constitutional claim to privacy under the state's constitution because the document only limits governmental actors, not private employers. Laws protecting a patient's consent also do not apply because those laws apply to the relationship between a healthcare provider and the patient, and the employer did not allege that the hospitals were their healthcare provider. Instead, their cause of action is based on an employer-employee relationship. The court therefore found that employees have not alleged a cause of action based on a medical consent law. The court dismissed the suit with prejudice and denied a request for a preliminary injunction. So they'll apply appeal through another court or something like that because it was, dismissed with prejudice. So, upstairs, I don't know what you're a fox, or I don't know what.
What does a fox say?
Jesus. But anyway, Melissa, it's not New Orleans. It's the freaking
New Orleans.
It's the Louisiana Supreme Court. One of the Louisiana Supreme Court people that, of course, just happened to be down there. But anyway, we're an at-will. I kind of figured that was going to happen like that. So, go figure.
Yeah, you don't have to work there.
No, you don't have to work there. And I'm sure there'll be, if you're a qualified and professional healthcare person, I'm sure you can get a job anywhere you want without having to do the other stuff. So, this next one's a Baton Rouge one too, if you want to read it.
Hell yeah.
9-year-old
Louisiana kid bucks school mask mandate. Here's what happened. A fourth grader at Baton Rouge Elementary School been suspended after refusing to wear a mask inside his classroom. Classes at the capital city's LSU Lab School, located on LSU campus, resumed this week after holiday break with a warning to students that masks would be required in classrooms going forward. But one 9-year-old said no. In a report by WLBT TV, Kyle, why does it always start with a Kyle? Kyle, his name's staying Kyle because his last name's like Robochikadao, and his wife were notified by LSU Lab Schools they needed to pick up their child because he's been suspended for not wearing a COVID mask in class. Read full story.
All right, Joe Biden, stop reading your teleprompter there.
Yeah. Kyle told WLBT that he stands 100% behind his son's decision. Kyle explains that he thinks it's a buffoonish It's buffoonish.
Do you want me
For
to say that
students-
person's last name? It's Robichaux.
Bitch, there's an X in it.
That's where it's Robichaux.
Robichaux.
I mean, we spell, like they say, go Tigers. It's G-U-A-X. I mean, so. But that's Robichaux, yeah.
It's buffoonish for students to be required to wear masks in a classroom while thousands are allowed to gather inside the nearby Pete Maverick Assembly Center for basketball games where no masks are required. LSU men's basketball squad played Kentucky at the on-campus arena. Yeah, nobody's wearing a damn mask.
I saw a video on that. The whole basketball arena, which is, huge.
Right.
Not one person in the whole entire place had a mask on or nothing. But they're going to suspend this little kid over the same shit.
Good for that kid.
He's 9 years old. I mean, come on. Come on. I was going to bring it up. I read a little bit on that, Michael, on the U.S. Supreme Court thing with the there I go with the vaccine mandates.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
tampons.
I'm telling you, they need to add an extra inch to the string. So, but yeah, this little kid, his dad standing behind him. Good for him. Fight the fight.
You changed so much shit with this.
Don't comply. Fight them. Fight the power.
Fight the power.
So I thought that was a good story there. This next one here, we're going overseas. Over there. I'm not sure where. It's somewhere. We're going overseas for this one.
Is it the,
Can you say?
Yeah, Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Basically Russia.
Yeah, it's over there. It's over there in Russia.
This is what happens in a real country.
This is what's going to happen here.
Yeah, but
if they keep it up, in all these progressive and lip-tarts and all that are going to freak the fuck out because this is what's going to happen.
Yeah, this is what they want.
Yeah, this is going to happen. Anyway, this is actually from CNN, too.
They know it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. What happened? Anyway, from Kazakhstan, the leader gives kill without warning order. Yes, you heard that correctly. He gave the order to kill without warning. His body's just lying in the street. If y'all don't know what's going on over there, there's been a lot of protests and
motherfuckers are sick of it.
Because actually they started protesting and rioting because of, guess what? Petroleum prices. Anyway, the president...
Yeah, that's Biden's fault.
I'm not even trying to pronounce this man's name. But the president over there has ordered security forces to, quote, kill without warning to crush the violent protests that have paralyzed the former Soviet republic and reportedly left dozens dead.
They have videos online of that shit happening.
Gonna come here. It's gonna happen. Y'all keep it up. And like I said, basically it's like when BLM had them big protests out there and all stuff like that. Basically the government just came in and was like, just start mowing you down. Just start mowing you down.
Good. It's a good motivator to
stop.
Make you
stop.
disperse.
Yeah. And I guarantee you their people aren't even allowed to have weapons. In a defiant public address Friday, the president claimed somebody claimed the unrest, which began earlier this week as protests against fuel prices had been masterminded by well-trained terrorist bandits from both inside and outside of the country. The state media reported Friday, 18 security personnel and 26 armed criminals had been killed in violent protests.
So I guess they were armed.
More than 3,800 people have been detained so far, state media reported Friday, citing the country's internal affairs ministry. More than 100 people have been arrested while carrying out terrorist actions. The country's largest city, several dead bodies riddled with bullets lay in the streets, and the air was repeatedly filled with gunfire, according to a journalist. An internet outage has knocked out ATM machines, and at least one gun store appeared to be ransacked. So I guess they do have weapons over there for public. President said this is right outside of Russia. Said the situation had been stabilized and that the introduction of a state emergency is yielding results. But the terrorists continue to damage the state and private property and use weapons against citizens, he said. I gave the order to law enforcement agencies and army to open fire to kill without warning. Let me read that again. I gave law enforcement agencies and the army to open fire to kill without warning. He doubled down on that rhetoric on Twitter later, writing 20,000 gangsters and terrorists were involved in at least 6 waves of attacks. No talks with the terrorists. We must kill them all. It goes on and on. It's quite, it's like a book.
You know, if somebody would have had that kind of positive action last year, we wouldn't be in the position we're in now.
Well, some of the unrest just the other day, I remember we talked about it. I think they had 12 or 13 cops killed. One of them that these people beheaded them, chopped their head off, stuff like that. So I mean, it's a horrible situation over there. But like I said, keep it up, people. Keep it up. And it's going to end up that because that's what y'all was wanting, basically. Y'all want a socialist type government. That's what you're going to get. They're going to say, oh, y'all don't want to go home after we told y'all to go home? They're just going to mow you down with freaking, mounted machine guns on tanks and shit.
Kablow.
That's what's going on across the world. That's what's going on. Because Michael says we needed a mask revolution.
I'm wearing a mask.
I see that you were Captain America. The laws DeSantis passed here in Florida shut down Black Lives Matter protests. Yes, y'all do have a great governor.
Oh yeah, it's great. Any group of 2 people or more trying to change someone's political or religious beliefs is now a terrorist activity.
Well, also know. Fuck. Y'all had AOC partying down in Miami.
Just partied at my house.
Fight the power.
It was a barbecue. Kept slapping my meat across her grill.
I'm just telling you. She had her translucent boyfriend with his ugly feet, with his Birkenstocks. I hate Birkenstocks. That's some ugly ass shoe. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look them up there.
Oh, this next one's fun. That's one I sent you.
Yeah, you did. It's long too. You don't have to read. You can just skirt on. I think it's long. But
yeah, I mean, I ain't even really too worried about it. Most people probably already heard about it. Those of you who have not, Howard Spellman among HBCU campuses targeted in bomb threats. So there was apparently across the United States a number of historically black colleges that have been pretty much bomb threated like crazy, and they kept having to shut down the facility, move everybody out, and all this good stuff. Several days.
Yeah, but didn't they have quite a few? I thought I saw a list that was not just. It wasn't just historically black colleges. I mean, it was a lot of other regular colleges too, I believe.
This is the media, sir.
Because let's see, University of Arkansas, they had bomb threats there. Pine Bluff,
Those are obviously historical colleges.
University of Arkansas.
Yeah.
Is it HBC?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
The news says it is.
Norfolk State University, North Carolina Central University, Prairie View University, A&M University in Texas.
Oh, A&M's predominantly black. You didn't know that?
No. And Xavier University in Louisiana, which is a historically black college. But I mean, there's a lot of colleges on here that are just regular. That's just regular colleges.
So they just blew. I mean, don't get me wrong. Anytime there's a bomb threat to any building, it's extremely serious. It's not a bullshit matter. But the fact that they wrapped it up in a little bow and said that eight historically black colleges, and then included like Texas A&M, which is no.
University of Arkansas.
I know that is. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I mean, but I'm just saying. I mean.
Yeah, but they all set up big time perimeters.
So I think, well, it needs to be, but I think whoever wrote this story is like, I think that being that the HBCUs are being targeted. I'm like, well, why would Arkansas and A&M? I mean, really? I mean, just because they had some of those in there, it sounds like somebody's just, or a group of people is just calling in a whole bunch of fucking colleges, making bomb threats all over the freaking place.
The problem is they called that many. It's so easy to trace them back. So, yeah, they're fucked.
Yeah, but, I mean, this story here is, trying to say, oh, that, they're just targeting black colleges. No, they're not. It's bullshit. You said right here in your own story, all these other ones that got threats too that aren't black colleges. So, but you know how it goes. We got to throw race into it and make everything racial.
It makes it more.
Point is a whole crap load of colleges got bomb threats. Colleges, higher learning facilities got bomb threats. I'm sure they investigate. Hopefully, they find out who it is and they can arrest these idiots for doing that. It's a lot of people's lives and stuff that got disrupted because of it. But I don't think they were just targeting black ones. Stop, media.
They're not going to stop at all.
Michael, what you're saying, I know, like me, I'm not going to violate anybody's constitutional rights. I'm not.
Yeah, no, he's one of the good guys.
Just let me know. Let us know, Michael. We can Skype you in too or something.
Especially now that I'm going back to work.
We'll figure something out. This next one's another medical one.
That's hilarious. I mean, fucking whatever.
Which one? This one, the Mayo Clinic?
Yeah. They're so
that just makes me think. When people say the Mayo Clinic, I just think of tuna fish because you put mayonnaise in tuna fish, and I love tuna fish. But you say, "Oh, it's the Mayo Clinic." I mean, well, is it real mayonnaise or is it Miracle Whip? Which one is it?
It's mayo.
I'm just the Mayo Clinic. It's like, oh, I'm getting me some mayonnaise. Yes. But anyway, the Mayo Clinic fires hundreds of employees for not adhering to the vaccine policy. You just totally need to stop. Holster has got his snap camera now, and he is playing with it like a little boy that just discovered his little pee-pee for the first time. Stop pulling on it. All right, now you're in the Rock's nose. It's like your eyes are in his nose. Anyway, out of Minnesota, Tuesday, the famed mayonnaise clinic, Mayo Clinic, fired 700 employees who did not comply with the COVID vaccine mandate. The clinic's 73,000 employees, they got a shit ton of employees, had until Monday, January 3rd, to get vaccinated. Those let go made up about 1% of the overall workforce. However, all fired employees can reapply for open positions if they get the Biden boo-boo. The mayonnaise clinic says its goal is to make sandwiches to make sure everyone, staff, patients, and the community is safe. They have a shit ton of employees, but 700 people, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of doctors and nurses and stuff. I'm sure they had some admin people in there and stuff like that, but that's a lot of doctors and nurses.
Yeah, the jizz of Mayo. Yeah.
So the Mayo Clinic's getting rid of people. I tell you what, Florida and some of these other places, they may be getting a whole lot of well-trained people coming down between law enforcement and medical and all kinds of stuff like that.
Our big-ass hospitals are still, like, super liberal, laying people off to left and right for not having the ouchie-fouchie. It's bullshit.
I call it the Biden boo-boo.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Chicken butt.
You know Whoopi Goldberg?
Oh, we're going to just skip right over that next one. I know all about Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, no, we're going to go back, but I'm not going to read the whole story. We're just going to talk about it.
73,000 people work for the Mayo Clinic. Holy fuck.
Yeah, just you wasn't listening. No, you're too busy playing with yourself over there.
Yeah, I was.
And
I
didn't listen.
when they were with me.
But what I said was, Whoopi, the woman that you have wet dreams about, Sarah.
Forever by the dreads.
And she has been vaccinated, right?
Yeah.
And she got the Biden boo boo. Then she got 3 boosters.
It puts the needle under the skin, or
3.
it gets the lockdown again.
But what happened was Whoopi got her some COVID, some Omicron. She caught it. And she said in the story how surprised she was that she's done everything she's supposed to do. She was, she wears her mask. Because she's a liptard, progressive, socialist, just a straight up fucking idiot.
Hey, once they all wake up, they'll be wearing mega hats come fucking 2024.
But she caught COVID. I just thought it was funny that she did all that. She did everything she was supposed to do, and she still got it. I mean, she's fine. She's back at work. I don't wish ill will on anyone. I don't want anyone to get sick and die or anything like that. But I just think it's funny that she caught it after she did everything she was supposed to do. Just so if you can still catch it, why would I go get a Biden boo boo if I can still catch it?
I'm Batman.
Droopy Whoopi. She's that's just a. I don't know why anybody. I mean, when did Whoopi go from making out with Patrick Swayze and Ghost to being a political expert? I don't know.
She was in that movie?
Yeah, she was the psychic.
All the movies I remember her being in were the Nun's Tales or whatever the hell.
Yeah, well, she did that Nuns one, and then she was the bartender on the new Star Trek.
Gotcha. So, going back to this other one. Yeah, so either way, once again, liberals are retarded and sheep. I don't know what the hell that thing you did was. It's like, Sister Act movie.
That's a sick goat. Goat.
All right. A New York school teacher with no formal medical qualification has been arrested for allegedly giving COVID vaccines to a student, officials say. Police say Laura Russo administered the dose at her home, despite having no legal authorization to give the jabs or consent from the boy's parents. Miss Russo, 54, who teaches biology, was held on New Year's Eve and could face 4 years in prison if convicted. The 17-year-old boy had reportedly wanted the vaccine. Once again, we start to see how the case law pours out and if that's going to fly. Because I could tell you there's definitely a lot of teachers that want that shit to happen.
I was adjusting your camera to get rid of that.
I looked up. This is the last time for this area. And injections can be dangerous if administered incorrectly. Doctors and licensed medical workers have to verify that a vaccine is not counterfeit or expired. They just came out. Patients should also be asked about their medical history and have their reaction monitored after a jab. Police say it's unclear how Ms. Russo obtained a alleged COVID vaccine or what brand it is currently.
That's what I want to know. How'd she even get it?
Yeah. Women are capable of getting just about anything they want. Jab is the only one authorized for Americans under 18 years old. Video of the incident in Long Island appears to show Miss Russo telling the teenager, "You'll be fine, I hope." What the fuck? You hope? No, there. If I go into a doctor's office,
she's not a doctor. She's the kid's teacher.
Okay, well, fuck that. If I go anywhere, like if somebody says, "Yeah, you should be fine," that's not instilling a lot of confidence in me.
Well, it needs to be. Well, they did arrest her, because that's just straight up. That should be like an aggravated assault. That should be a straight up felony what she did. Then if that was
practicing medicine without a license,
and then if that was
that carries a lot of shit.
If that was my kid,
I'd fucking kill her.
Then I would sue the shit out of her, and if she did this at the school, I'd sue the shit out of the school too. Then after all, I get all that money, my kids can have private tutoring at the house, and I can control it.
Or they could all be dead because she got the wrong vaccine.
Yeah, or I don't know, she could have injected them with some gynosyphilitis.
The fuck?
She could do that. Yep. No, you just it was fine, and now you done messed it up.
Ah!
But anyway, this teacher here, some of these teachers, especially I've seen teachers on TikTok, they done lost their ever-loving fucking minds. I don't know where these people are getting hired or coming from or whatever they're teaching them in teacher school or whatever, but they have lost their damn minds. They're crazy. So that's that. Oh, they had this new guy. Everybody knows who John Kennedy is, I'm assuming. He's he is a U.S. senator. He is a U.S. senator from Louisiana. He likes to talk and everything else, and I like the man.
Oh yeah, he calls it like it is.
Yeah, he'll call him out in a heartbeat. Anyway, they got this Democrat that's coming out wanting to run against him. I'm not even gonna say his name, but because he's a Democrat. Anyway, he's wanting to unseat old Senator Kennedy, and because this guy graduated from a high school in Bunkie, Louisiana. If you blink going through Bunkie, you're gonna miss the whole entire fucking town.
Melissa.
He was U.S. Navy. He went through the Navy Academy. Blah blah blah. He said he wanted to be Top Gun. He thought he was Tom Cruise. Yes, he did. Anyway, he's wanting to take out Senator Kennedy. I was trying to see if I could see what his platform was. I had watched the video on it, but I'm not going to play it. He said that Senator Kennedy's more interested in sound bites than partisanship, and I'm more interested in supporting Louisiana. No, I've read some of your shit and listened to you. You're interested in sucking Joe Biden's cock is what you're wanting to do, Mr. Man.
I don't see how that's fucking possible.
What? Wanting to suck Joe Biden's cock?
No, I don't see where he would try to win over Kennedy. Like, Kennedy's one of them icons.
Yeah. Anyway, he said we need a lot of improvement. The first we need is for the infrastructure bill. See, he's already for that stupid fucking Build Back Better, Build Back Broke plan that fucking Joe Biden wants.
Yeah, we're all fucked.
And he voted against the bill that would help Louisiana. No, he voted a thing that's going to help Louisiana and the whole entire country.
Could you imagine that? You guys are like one of the biggest oil pumpers in the United States. Could you imagine they came in and shut down y'all's shit too?
Oh yeah,
it would devastate the entire state.
Our entire economy.
Yeah.
People in Louisiana are desperate for change. No, not really. I don't know who you're talking to. Get rid of the 5 delusional people that's following you around. He said they're desperate for leaders with character. Well, you don't get much more character than John Kennedy. Tell you that right there.
That's a true fact.
A leader who wants to represent them. He's doing that very well. But he's a fucking. I'm not going to play. He has a campaign video in here. It says more of his platform and audio and stuff like that.
Let's not give him any.
I'm not giving him no airtime. But man, if whoever votes for this dude, I mean, he'll get votes because you got idiots out there that do it, that vote for people like him, and unfortunately, he'll get votes. But he is a fucking he's an idiot.
Yeah, Michael, we actually, me and the Iceman talked about that earlier. 25 Democrats have announced that they will not run in 2022. They're like rats fleeing a ship. They're just retiring. When was the last time you heard of a large number of any party just quitting?
Well, they know they're just screwed because of
I'm gonna come. Don't come.
Do not come. Do not come.
Can't stop me.
That was Kamal in the Oval Office with Joe. And he come out walking like.
My butt's been wiped.
Oh, Lord Almighty. This last story we have.
It's just weird.
I just love it. Because you read what they tweeted, right? And then he trying to walk it back and apologize. This is a story. Y'all know how they call it? They're trying to say. Yeah, they're trying to say, what are they calling? They trying to do dry January or something, and they're trying to convince people not to drink alcohol for the entire month, and and blah blah blah. Well, guess what? These beer companies and stuff like that, they don't want people not to be drinking their shit because they're gonna lose money.
Dude,
and I'm going along with the dry January.
Damn, PBR. I'm going to read the tweet, and then we'll get to the thing. So, their tweet that went out, not drinking this January? Trading ass. So, this one man replied, his name is My Mind is Dangerous. He replies with, PBR or ass, what's the difference? And PBR replied with, ask your mom. That's fucking amazing. I hate Pabst Blue Ribbon, but it makes me want to buy a 12-pack.
Yeah, they said, oh, you don't want to drink beer and alcohol for January? Just try eating some ass. And that dude's like, some of your mom says, I don't know. And then whoever's doing their tweeting for the company responded to the person and said, I don't know, ask your mom.
Wow.
That is just... But here they go, just like everybody else. What they want to do? Apologize, trying to walk it back. Do not apologize.
Hell no, because real Americans thought that fucking shit was hilarious.
Yeah, like us. I thought that.
Yeah, that's a reason to go buy a 12-pack, and I don't even drink the shit. I get drunk enough and use it.
It says Pabst Blue Ribbon's aggressive response to dry January was apparently the result of poor judgment. I don't think it was. I thought it was fucking great. To tell you the truth, according to the vice president of marketing, it says to start the new year, people, they in the beginning, some sort of health change, whether it's changing dietary habits or cutting alcohol out. We told everybody we want y'all, there, would like for all of y'all to stop drinking alcohol,
and send us all your sealed bottles.
It's going to be more for us, and if there's more of a supply, the price will go down. So y'all just go ahead and do that. Anyway, for the beer company, that meant urging customers to leap into their own vices in spite of dry January. They launched the Wet January campaign in response. That just sounds like something that'd be on Pornhub or something. Welcome to Wet January.
That's why they always said that they couldn't have a white entertainment channel, because it would be called Wet.
A problematic marketing scheme. Already, a social media manager likely found themselves in hot water over aggressive and offensive tweets aimed to spread awareness. Anyway, we read what the tweets were.
Yeah. How could you be a beer company? Okay. What's beer commonly associated with? Partying, fun, laughing, telling dirty jokes and shit. Look, nobody old enough to drink beer should be offended by that fucking tweet. I thought it was hysterical.
Yeah, it said people were shocked and humored by the tweet. Come on.
Whoever thought of it's a fucking genius.
Yeah, but stop. Somebody wrote down in a tweet, because they've taken the tweets down since then. It says, damn, PBR came through with some good advice and then deleted it.
That's funny shit.
I thought it was great. This person, New Year, same old mister, had really high hopes for 2022, but here PBR comes at 8 a.m. on a Monday morning. It says PBR social media person going full Antonio Brown on the first work day of the year. Respect.
Well, shit, 3 o'clock or no. No, it was about 2 or 3 a.m. on New Year's Eve. I've released a video, and I got a lot of people saying the same shit. Like, just open this app. First thing I see is a naked plastic woman.
Everyone says, this one person said, I know that the first draft of PBR statement said poor taste rather than poor judgment. It says Pat's Blue Ribbon deletes tweet about eating ass. I can't. They told the people to go eat ass instead. They don't want to drink beer. Go eat ass instead. PBR woke up, shotgunned the tall boy, and chose chaos. This is social media intern. We salute you.
Yeah, I mean, that guy, if he got fired, will be able to get a job. Because let me tell you, last week, I hadn't heard of PBR in about a month and a half, 2 months. And literally, like that, overnight, everybody knew what PBR was. So the man did his job.
They ought to come out with a can. Do a new can, like graphic design on the can. It says, should say, drink Pabst Blue Ribbon. Get that ass taste out your mouth. Pabst tastes better than ass.
Ask your mom.
If you don't believe us, ask your mom.
I mean, that's fucking genius, dude.
Your mom knows Pabst Blue Ribbon tastes better than your dad's ass.
Tossing salads.
Oh my god. That was classic. I love it. I love it. People need to stop deleting shit. They fucking own up. It's great. It was fucking great. God.
Oh.
I got tears coming up my eyes. I was laughing so hard. That was a good story right there. I'm sorry. I think that was the best story of the night.
It was.
Very much so. That Pabst Blue Ribbon tastes better than eating ass.
Fucking PBR.
PBR. Better than eating ass.
That'll be their next commercial.
It's a big old fat woman up there twerking.
All greasy and shit, sweaty from dancing.
All of a sudden she stops and a beer can falls out of her ass. Well, we actually kept it within our time frame. Tonight, it's a miracle.
Well, if we got a minute, I don't know if anybody's seen. Well, forget it. The January 6th entertainment crap they had at the Capitol building yesterday, where they said they actually compared the January 6th gathering, I'll call it a gathering, to a terrorist attack and said it was this generation's 9/11 and Pearl Harbor.
Not even close.
Nowhere fucking close. And to call those travesties to our nation the same as a bunch of people showing up and breaking a window, that itself is more of a terroristic act. You just basically put down everybody that died in those travesties.
Well, I'm going to call January 6th a trespassing event that did some damage to a building.
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't burn it, nothing. They ended up.
I think
5 police officers died that day, which we all know.
That's a
didn't
lie.
happen.
That's a lie. They had one person died that day. That was murdered that day, and that was Ashley Babbitt, and she was murdered by a cop.
Yep.
Who has never faced any charges or nothing.
It's wild. But I wanted to touch on that. I had like a bunch of stories about it, but I just wanted to touch on it because that's what they're trying to pass with these, and they're going to harp on it all the way through the election.
It's because that's all they got. That's all they got. Now, do I agree? Do I think it was right that these people broke in and trespassed in there? No, totally disagree.
But they didn't break in.
Yeah, well,
those cops held that door open.
Some of them were climbing through broke windows and were climbing in windows and stuff. That's breaking in. So that's breaking in. So I don't think they should have went in. That's wrong. They shouldn't have done it. So do I think it was an insurrection? No. Do I think
the guy that stole Nancy's podium is a fucking legend?
Yeah. Do I think that Antifa and stuff were in there, had something to do with and antagonized people going there? Yes. but no, I don't think they were right for doing it. I don't think they should go to jail for no 15 years for it or nothing like that.
And I don't think that all of them should still be sitting in solitary confinement being abused either.
No.
With no contact with their attorneys.
It's been a year. You got people you're sitting in jail for a year on trespassing. Also, I didn't read the whole article, so I don't know how true it is or where it was coming from. I just saw a headline. I didn't have a chance to read it. It was about one of the Capitol Police is trying to sue Donald Trump's administration something. I'm like, really, dude? You Capitol Police with all this, when y'all went and did that, y'all's little shit and stuff, which y'all was boo-hooing and crying and all that stuff. If that's how y'all really are, y'all don't need to be cops. Y'all are a bunch of pussies. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what you get for working around them. I mean,
I'm sorry. The ones that were doing that, I'm not saying all of them are, but the ones that were on TV and it was already showed they met with Nancy Pelosi prior to. I mean, it's like y'all, and you gonna do all that shit, fuck y'all, man. I mean, y'all gonna be a bunch of pussies like that. Putting on a badge and a gun, the consequences that may come with it. You never know that the next day may be your day. So now you want to go sue people, you want to cry, and you want to do all this shit. Fucking man up.
Exactly. An insurrection with no weapons makes no fucking sense. And they always say armed insurrection. There was no guns found.
So, and also the United States Supreme Court, I don't know if they made a complete ruling on it, but it looks like they are going to, with the Biden mandate, it's not looking good for Biden, put it that way. They're going to it's not looking good. It's unconstitutional.
Well, good. And if they find that it is completely unconstitutional and that's their final ruling, all these people that were forced to get the jab or be fired can now be civilly sued.
So, we'll hopefully that works out for the right, because personally, as I said before, I'm not against vaccinations. I get the flu shot, and I've had the pneumonia and the shingles shot and all that stuff like that. I'm not saying I will never get the Biden boo-boo. I'm just saying I'm waiting to see what's going to happen right now. I'm not getting it today. So I'm not against it, but I told you I'm anti-mandate. I don't believe you should force anybody to put something inside their body that they don't want.
The only kind of mandate he likes is with Santa.
That was you. And Harry, I gave Harry your address.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I'll tell the wonderful United States federal government the same thing I tell my children when they ask me a question. Yeah, maybe later.
Well, the only kind of stuff that Harry's looking for is not an insurrection; it was an insertion in the whole stare.
I tried to put my head up his ass.
So anyway,
it's not as good as PBR.
No, it don't taste as good as that, But anyway, that's it for this week's. Next week, Holster will be in a new location.
Yeah, and I won't have shit falling down around me.
You won't have shit falling around him. You just have shit on him from eating ass. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank y'all for watching that we're on the live.
Absolutely. We appreciate everybody that came in and watched.
If you want to be,
as always,
we'll have to get with Holster. We'll figure out how to get you Skyped in over here, Michael, on one of our shows. Anyway, until then, be safe. Don't comply. Stay free.
Absolutely. Stay free.
We're out. Stay free. Never give in.